All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect to the nation of Israel. And this is going to be a warning, right? A prophetic warning to the entire world, man. Leave the Hebrew Israelites alone, right? Leave us alone, man. Don't care about how much we know the Bible, because one of the claims that you Christians like to make and all you people in the world like to make is even the devil knows the Bible, right? So y'all say that it doesn't matter that we know the Bible, because even the devil knows the Bible. So let's get this down. And the Hebrew Israelites know the Bible, right? The devil knows the Bible, but you don't know it. Isn't that fascinating? The Hebrew Israelites know the Bible. The devil knows the Bible. But for some reason, the Christian church, they'll claim that certain parts are sealed or that certain parts don't need to be gone into right now. And that's why certain parts of the Bible, Christianity only wanted to start mentioning after the Hebrew Israelites mentioned it. Because they never heard the devil mention it, did they? The devil knows the Bible. The Hebrew Israelites know the Bible, but y'all don't know it. Isn't that amazing? Isn't it amazing, man? Leave the Hebrew Israelites alone, right? All these ideas you've got to try and make the world be, so that the word can be stopped and all of these things, so that, like, it's going to end up going bad for you. These choices that you're making are leading to your own fall. And here's the thing, we want this to happen. We understand you're going to do this anyway, but don't say you wasn't warned though. Leave us alone, because the moment you do some of the things that you're going to do, God's going to do the things that he's going to do. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to do the things that he's going to do, man. It's a mistake. All these things that you're trying to do are a mistake, man. Let's get this. Jeremiah chapter 59 and verse 19. So they shall fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When an enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. Yahweh is going to set up a reversal on that move, man. If you used to watch back in the day, Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit wrestling matches, them were some of the craziest wrestling matches ever. He'd try and put him in a crippler crossface. He'd roll out of that, put him in an ankle lock. He'd roll out of that, put him in a German suplex. He'd roll out of that, put him in a German suplex. He'd turn a German suplex into a crippler crossface. Kurt Angle would put Chris Benoit in a crippler crossface. Chris Benoit would put Kurt Angle in an ankle lock. He'd switch that out and put him in a damn German suplex. He'd hit him with a suplex, then he'd reverse that suplex, put him into a suplex, then put him into an ankle lock. It used to be mad. Them guys were extremely athletic, man. Now you can say whatever you want to say about what Benoit ended up doing later on. I'll tell you what you can't say, that he wasn't talented in the wrestling ring. I'll tell you that, right? But you people should just leave us alone, man. Because these events that you're trying to do are going to lead to your own failure. Even when it comes down to the MOTB, y'all want to hit the world up with the MOTB, that's going to lead to your form. And now you think in your mind, yeah, but of course you're going to say that because you're trying to stop us from winning. No, that's going to make you lose. The MOTB actually makes you lose. You think it's your MOTB, rather than it being Yahweh's way to allow the believers on the earth to know who ain't and who is of the elect. That's going to allow us to know who's for what we believe in and who's not for what we believe in. Yahweh already knows. So he don't need technically a MOTB to prove it. He already knows who is and who isn't of his elect. He's going to allow us to know who ain't and who is. And it's going to be the physical sealment of these people's destruction that don't believe in him. But he already knows who don't believe in him anyway. So he didn't need to do something physical on earth to make it know. That's more so a thing that we're going to be able to use to know. Because if we thought someone was of the elect and we see them take the MOTB, we don't need to question whether they're of the elect anymore. They're not, clearly. Because if there was, they wouldn't have took the MOTB. Simple as that. Right? It's as simple as that, man. Now, let me carry on. Because the thoughts that these people have got in their mind towards the Israelite doctrine in particular is similar to the thoughts that they had towards Yahweh Shai. And once they did what they did to Yahweh Shai, after his life had perished and he said it is finished, they realized instantly after that, man, we just made a big mistake here. And that mistake has been hovering over the nation of Edom's head ever since that. It's been hovering over the Israelites' head too, because we've been getting jacked up for that what we did as well. But it's been hovering over you Edomites' head as well, man. And the man that you killed, he's still alive. He ain't dead. He's still alive, man. He died. Everybody that's ever lived on the earth has died, but only one ever came back alive. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. And I'm going to start with verse 1 and I'm going to skip around. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, right? So ungodly people reasoning amongst themselves. Well, you ain't got no one righteous there. So the reasoning that they're going to have is only going to be wickedness reasoning anyway. It's not going to be, it doesn't say for the ungodly said reasoning with the righteous. It said for the ungodly said reasoning with themselves. So if an ungodly man asks another man for advice, do you think we should MOTB the world? Yes, I think that's a very good idea. And let's ask this unrighteous demon to the left of us as well. Do you think we should MOTB the world? Yes, we all should MOTB the world. Yes, absolutely. And not only that, but let's do this as well. And then another wicked, ungodly man would say, yeah, and on top of that, let's do this. And then they'll all start thinking of different ways that they can use the MOTB. And there ain't going to be no voice in it that says, you know what, this is a bad idea. Let's not do that, because they're ungodly. And they're reading with themselves, but not right. Our life is short and tedious, so they're thinking, man, well, who cares anyway? Our lives are coming to an end. Let's if it fails, let the next generation deal with it. The next generation of our line deal with it, man. That's how they think. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man, there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter, as though we had never been. For the spark in our breath, for the breath in our nostrils is as a smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart. Now, let me jump down, man, because after all the wicked thoughts that these people have, this is where they start going. Verse 11, let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing. Let me go jump verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient grey hairs of the age. And that's what you've seen all that in this ICE stuff that they're doing right now, and they don't give a damn about no one. They're going upside everyone's heads, and it's going to be way worse. They're going to do way worse than that, man. Before we get on the chariots, man, if we're lucky enough to get on them, you're going to see a lot, bro. Your eyes are going to see a lot of dark things, man. Yahweh's not going to blind your eyes from the evil of humanity. You're going to see it and still get saved on the chariots, man. If you're of the elect, you're not going to just be hidden from seeing anything that's evil, because you haven't been hidden yet. You've seen and heard about loads of things already. And it says that the righteous scarcely be saved, but you don't know what kind of scenarios you're going to escape from. Verse 12, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he's not for our turn. So they're against the righteous. They're against them, man. They're against the righteous. Verse 12, therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he's not for our turn, and he's clean country to our doing. So the wicked know that they're wicked. The bad guys know that they're the bad guys. All these Edomites they seen trying to make out like they're good people, they know deep down they're the bad guys. They know. At the high level and at the low level, they know they're the bad guys, really, man. Let's make no mistake. When you ask that question amongst yourselves, are we the good guys? The answer is no, you're not the good guys, man. That's the answer. That's the only logical explanation you can come up with. No, we're not the bad guys. No, we're not the good guys. Because if you was the good guys, you wouldn't have to be lying all the time. You're not the good guys of this story of planet Earth. You're the bad guys, man. And that's why you have to erase your own history. That's why you have to lie about things. If you was the good guys, you'd only need to tell the truth. And the truth that you tell would not paint you in a bad light. But the truth, if you Edomites was to tell the truth about what you did and who you are, then you can only end up looking bad. And that's why you choose to lie instead, isn't it? He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objective to our infamy, the transgressions of our education. He professeth to have the knowledge of God, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. He was made to reprove our faults, so they know that we're against them, and they're against us. He is grievous unto us even to behold, and that's why when you're walking throughout your day, you just sometimes catch an Edomite looking at you. You understand? You just catch them looking at you with an evil look. And if you say something to them, like you address that, they're looking at you. They just don't even say anything to them, and they're just looking at you. Because you're being alive, just minding your business, is grievous unto their soul, bro. two Jakes talking to each other in a brotherly manner is grievous unto them to behold. And if you don't believe me, look up the psychology, look at all the different things that you come across in a psychological aspect from why Edomites are envy or scared by so-called Black Brotherhood, and you will be astounded by what you find. I've looked it up before, and I think I did a video on it too. A lot comes up when you look up that, man, because they're just evil against us, man. They don't like us to have anything. They don't want us to have nothing, man. And if any Edomite stumbles across this video, you know I'm telling the truth. You don't want us to have nothing. You'll complain that we're thugs, criminals, and all of this. And then when we're not doing that, you complain about that. You don't want us to have nothing. You want us to really lie down on the ground, be your slaves, so that you can have something, and then we don't even get nothing from our own hard labor. That's what you want. You don't want us to go back to Africa. Because if we went over to Africa, you would be over there. You don't really want us to go back to Africa. That's just something that y'all say. But y'all don't really want that. Because there's people in Africa, and they still have to see you Edomites, man. So let's not play games. The safest place for us to be is right here. So that y'all can't just destroy everything because you live in this place as well. Until Yahweh Shai comes back, man. Verse 16, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that God is his father. And that's what you think about us. But really, we're telling the truth, though. And you're going to test the waters to try and prove if it's true or not. And you're going to find out that it is true. Verse 17, let us see if his words be true. Let us prove what shall happen at the end of him. You did it with Yahweh Shai. And you're going to try and do it with us. And I'm saying, do not do it, man. It's not going to go good for you. But we know, we know that you're going to do it anyway because you have to, because it's not of your own will. But yet this is still the prophetic warning. Leave the Hebrew Israelites alone, man. Just leave them alone. Don't MOTB the whole world. Don't go through with your plans to go through with WW3. Don't Phoenix America, right? Just stay in your lane, how you've got it now, and relax yourself. But we know that you're not going to do that because you're proud. Verse 18, for if the just man be the son of God, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected. Such things did they imagine and were deceived, for their own wickedness have blinded them. Right? And that's what's happened to you, Edomites, man. And you're going to go through your plans to do all of these things, and yet you're going to fail and lose, man. This is going to end horribly for the nation of Edom. And you, even though you've been warned by me and many other people, you're still going to go through it, man, and have to face prophecy, right? Shalom to the elect to the nation of Israel. Shalom.